Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I am Sean Anderson, Most Valuable Podcast, and the upcoming segment is from our full Fast Break podcast that we recorded. And if you do want to check out that full podcast, head over to Blog Talk Radio /The Fast Break. You'll be able to find the full podcast over there. But let's move on now to Philadelphia, because of big news coming out of Philadelphia. Ben Simmons has now been shut down for the rest of the year.
Just tragic.
Poor kid, man. I mean, drafted number 1 overall, and he fractured his foot in late September in training camp, and now he's going to be shut down completely. They said 3 to 4 months, but now they did an x-ray, and now it hasn't really fully healed. So what does this mean for Ben Simmons? How worrisome should it really be?
I think I'd be more worried as the 76ers because this is a trend. This is a bad trend that your training staff can't figure out how to get guys back from injuries in a reasonable amount of time. This is time after time after time with players, with your first round picks, with guys who have been on the roster. Like I'm kind of miffed at that. But as Ben Simmons is concerned, I think he'll be fine. I think this season, the only thing I'm concerned about is like, how is he cleared to practice last week, right? The week before the All-Star break. And now he's like, oh, not fully healed, not going to play. Like, does that mean he's not going to practice? Does that mean like practicing fucked something up again? That would be my concern, is that like he was medically cleared, something happened in that week where he messed with his foot. I don't know, but I think going forward he'll be fine because it's just going to give him more time to mesh, more time to build up his shot, which has been the weakest point in his game. So I think that, again, I'm going to trust the process. I know what
You've
Embiid
been a big
did.
truster.
I know what Embiid has done in his timeout.
Yeah.
So I think that he will also develop a shot.
But like you said, it's the doctors: Nerlens, Ja, Ben Simmons,
Jared Bayless,
Jaleel Okafor. I already said Ja. Embiid, the big guy.
Yep.
I mean, consistent injuries for these young players, and I don't know if it's the drafting and they're just drafting poorly, but it's just, how can these guys not stay healthy? And that's the biggest worry. Is it's not Ben Simmons getting injured. It's not Ben Simmons rolling his ankle. It's more
a foot injury.
Yeah. Well, he rolled his ankle, and then that also led to him breaking his foot somehow. But that's the thing, is that he's not been able to fully recover. And I don't know if you're just drafting wrong there in Philadelphia, or if these just doctors suck, because there's something there, and there's something in the water that's worrisome if I'm a 76ers fan, because the next guy you draft, you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, if you draft a guy like Harry Giles, he might never see the floor.
I swear to God, they can't do that.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there because he's the guy with the most injury
I know,
problems.
You're scaring me over here.
But that's the thing, is like, if you draft a guy, how healthy can he be? And again, is it the player you're drafting, or is it the medical staff there in Philadelphia? And you're trusting the process. You have so many picks and picks and picks and picks, but when can you turn that into guys that are going to be on the court? Because as fantastic as Embiid has been this year, again, he just tweaked his knee, and now they're saying 3 to 4 weeks, but
now he's done. I think he's done for the season.
That's the thing. Now, are they going to shut him down for the season completely? So there's so much there that it's worrisome, and you don't even trade Ja, and now you got Ja pretty much out on his island, pretty much back exactly where he was.
Ja is your starting center because you got rid of Nerlens,
and he's back where he was. Now he just has Dario with him. That's the only.
Well, the upside is Dario's been awesome. He's been balling out.
Well, that's the thing, but what I'm saying, it was more like he's in the same position as he was last year. He's just got Dario now.
TJ.
But
TJ's playing up. He got Saw. I mean, come on. There are other guys, but I understand the point you're making.
You're still on a shit team, and you're the best.
I like them. I'm trying to stop your shit talking.
And you're still the best player on that team. So, well, I'm saying
I think Dario
that's healthy. I would take Ja still. But
I think Dario's a better player.
Well, okay. But that's not the argument we're having. It's more of, with Ben Simmons, does this make him a bust? Because I'm not throwing out any names.
No, go ahead.
I'm not throwing out any names, but some guy named Brandon Swanson on Twitter at young_Swanson19, or sorry, at young_Swan19 said he's a flop like I thought he would be to Ben Simmons' injuries. Too much hype around him going into the NBA after one good year on a pathetic team, referring to LSU. I responded back saying, can you really call him a flop when no NBA rookie has been impressive and he was injured? I feel cold or freezing takes coming around soon, saying that Ben Simmons can prove him wrong. Do you think this injury and him not playing his first year makes him a bust?
No, you can't. 1 year does not dictate a bust, and I'm angry that Brandon would say something as controversial as that. I feel like this was just him channeling his inner Stephen A. Smith, trying to get a riled up crowd out of both you and myself,
and everyone on Twitter who's saying Brandon's an idiot.
Yeah, and rightfully so. Rightfully so, Brandon. You heard from here.
Well, and the one thing, it's so tough to call someone a bust because a
bust is a proven answer for what a guy has developed into. At one season in, he hasn't developed to shit.
Mm-hmm.
We understand he's been injured. He still looks promising. There's nothing that tells us he's not going to be a good NBA player.
Well, the thing I want to throw out there is biggest bust in NBA history. You got Greg Oden and you got Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown's a guy that had some injury problems, but he's just a guy that didn't have that much talent and didn't have the work ethic. He busted out. Greg Oden had one leg that was longer than the other.
Yeah.
He busted out because he couldn't stay healthy. The one thing with Ben Simmons is this is one injury. He rolled his ankle in practice. It wasn't like he tore his ACL. It wasn't like he completely destroyed his knee. He's going to have time to heal up his foot. And if he does come back fully healthy, he's not a guy with a ton of injury problems. He's a guy with a very big body. But then again, he's a guy that's does take it to the hole a lot. But again, he has that big body to kind of take some of those blows.
Yeah, I think frame-wise, he's fine. And again, a year with NBA-level trainers in quotes.
Yeah, we're calling out the trainers.
You
now.
are going to build yourself up. You are going to be in much better shape than you were in college because you were limited in college for what you could do. In the NBA, this is a year-long thing. This is your job. This is your life now. So I feel like he can focus 100% of his efforts towards A, getting healthy, and B, continuing to build up and become... I mean, look at the pictures from when Joel Embiid was drafted to where Joel Embiid was when he showed up on the court this year. Different fucking man.
It looks like roids. I mean, that's the thing. I'm not calling him out, but it looks.
It better not.
He just looks roided up. I mean, that's the thing
built.
And Ben Simmons too. I mean, I look at him. It's so hard to call a guy a bust because you also have to say he's a bust compared to the people he was drafted with. Because if you look at this whole rookie class that actually was drafted this year, because obviously Joel Embiid's balling out, and even Jokic, he I don't know, he's not a rookie, right? He played last year.
He did.
But you see the young guys that are coming out. Really, Ben Simmons hasn't done anything worse than any of these other guys. Brandon Ingram's struggling to find his shot, struggling to find consistency. Jaylen Brown's been doing fantastic, but he's not
limited minutes.
But he's limited minutes and isn't done anything point wise. He's just been helping his team, and I can't really think of anybody.
He's a role player on a team.
Yeah, and I really can't think of anybody else that's standing out rookie wise.
The old man rookie on the Bucks, right?
Oh, Thon Maker. The 55-year-old Thon Maker.
Yep.
There's not a lot of guys that are making impact, so it's hard to say he's a bust.
Arguably, I'd say he's probably still the guy with the brightest outlook for the future.
I would completely agree with that. I mean, Brandon Ingram hasn't been bad at all, and I'm not saying he's done. Jaylen Brown's playing on a fantastic team, so his team might help him grow better. But still, you look at Simmons, nothing has really gone away. The only thing that's gone away is just that his foot was broken. You still see the athleticism. You still see the passing. That passing isn't going to go away. He's been working on his shot.
He's not going to get shorter. He's not going to get smaller.
Exactly. And that's the one thing is he's still going to be quick, and it's just more about if he can rehab correctly and if he can come back strong.
He better have a 6 shot when he comes back, too. I'm banking on that.
What kind of bank are you saying? Like 3-wise, 3 percentage-wise?
No, he needs to be respectable. Coming into the draft, that was the one knock
Cameron
on him.
Payne respectable, like 32%?
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Make me work for this one.
Sorry.
No, I mean, coming into the draft, that was his one knock. The guy had all the physical tools, and his touch was amazing with the ball. Great ball handler. And, rightfully so, got the comparisons to LeBron as far as his body and as far as his play style. But unless you have a shot,
too.
Unless you have a shot, it's hard to become that all-around player. And I think that, look, I understand your foot, being broken is going to suck, but you can stand there and take standing shots. You can stand there and do small, you can work on your fundamentals a whole lot during this year while you're rehabbing. So I think that if he doesn't come back and shoot, I don't want to throw out a percentage. That scares me.
Come on. You got to say he's got to come back with a shot.
Give me at least 35% from 3.
That's a big number for a kid that was bad in college.
I know.
I don't know.
I want 30. Okay.
Jordan shot 16% from 3 in his rookie year.
Give me 30%. Give me 30% from 3 and pretty good from inside the arc. I'm not even going to know.
Because Baby Brown was pretty bad, even shooting threes early in his year, too. So, I mean, I'm not...
Okay, you're right. Give me 10%.
See, as long as he comes back and he's able to show that passing, he's able to show that rebounding, he's able to show that athleticism, he's not a bust. If he puts up 12, 5, and 5, I think it's a great rookie year for him. I think it's a fantastic rookie year for him.
I think he's going to do a little bit better than I think.
Well, I'm saying if he does that, that's a good sign.
If that's your base level, that's not bad.
And if he's playing 75 games, that's great. If they want to keep him on
that'd be wonderful.
A minutes restriction as well, I don't know exactly what they'll do, but I think saying he's a bust this early is fucking ridiculous.
It's a slap in the face.
It's fucking ridiculous. But really now, the final question I want to talk about this is, are the Sixers trusting the process? Because Joel Embiid banging up his knee, I mean, like you're saying, he might be shut down for the rest of the season.
Yep.
Ben Simmons now shut down for the season. They didn't move Okafor. He was in so many trade rumors, and they moved Nerlens. So are they truly trusting the process? Obviously, they have 14 second-rounders in the next 4 years.
I think they got more now because the Nerlens trade.
Well, yeah, not officially, but they could have now 16, I think.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're going away from what Hinkie wanted, and is it worrisome for the 76ers' future?
I completely think they've screwed up what Hinkie laid out for them. They still have so many assets that it's going to be hard for them to screw this up entirely.
Completely.
And not have a team that still resembles a pretty good team going forward, which just speaks levels to what Hinkie can do for a roster for an organization.
And it speaks how bad the Colangelos are.
Jesus Christ, I hate them. And I'll be honest, I don't think that they have a great... I mean, we didn't even talk about Ersan de Silva, who came in as a great veteran, and they let him be the chucker that he is, and he was helpful, and I think he was a good role model for some of the younger guys, and I think he and Dario actually got a good friendship going, and it worked out nicely. So I don't think that they have any idea what they're doing. Well, I think the fact that they were like, you know what, Nerlens Noel, we're not going to re-sign you. I know the promise is there. I know you can be a great, like a 10-10 guy.
Your best friend,
and a defender. And I think we're going to move on without you, because who else we going to spend money on? No one. Because I bet you next year they're going to be at the same point where they're under the cap or they're under the floor.
Yeah.
So they're going to sign a bunch of people just to fill up space.
I'm worried about Philadelphia.
It's frustrating.
It is, and even not as a Philadelphia fan, I'm worried for what they're going through, because especially with this doctor thing, especially with the lack of health for your rookies, from all the assets that you do have, but what is 14 first rounders or 14 second rounders actually going to get you? Is it going to get you 7 first rounders? I mean, like, how are you going to be able to turn this into success
they're going to
on the
have
court?
1, possibly 2 first rounders this year.
Yeah.
So
if the Lakers fall out of
top 3 via lottery luck, they could get another one, but still, theirs will still be valuable. And this is a very deep draft. So again, you're going to luck ass backwards into more talent, and we're going to watch a ridiculously young team. I think Embiid is now the most senior
Yes.
Yeah, he's been on the team
Covington's
longest.
played more games, but Embiid was drafted before Covington. So
it's you're gonna watch a team that's very young and is gonna be very fun to watch as long as they all can stay healthy. I mean, the roster, the starting lineup of like TJ McConnell, maybe you're gonna go. Maybe they will go for a point guard in the draft. I don't know. It all depends on where they land. But
that's looking what it's like.
The top 6 or 7 is going to have like 4 point guards minimum, probably. So, I mean, you could have a new point guard. You could have a great shooting guard. And you're going to end up with Embiid and Simmons holding down the 4 and 5. You just got to fill in the 3, the 4. And you got Dario coming off the bench, who looks like a stud. Again, this is a super talented team. Don't fuck this up, Colangelo.
And I think there's definitely some worry in Philadelphia that they should. I mean, this isn't like Danny Ainge, where he's sitting on a ton of assets. Danny Ainge has a playoff
Danny Ainge
team,
is winning,
and he can.
Yeah.
He can sit on those assets. Where Philadelphia, you have to hit on those assets. You need to turn those into successful players, because the whole thing about the process is collecting assets and then turning it into something.
At some
if
point,
you collect
actually have
it
to
and
win.
you can't turn it in, then you're screwing yourself.
Yeah. I think Hinkie, and that's the other thing. People are like, oh, well, would Hinkie have made this move? He wouldn't have made this move because it wouldn't have gotten this far. I guarantee you he had earlier plans for when the turnover date was for different people. And that's one of the things people didn't like about them. He treated his players like assets, and like he was totally a hands off, I'm not going to be a player's guy. I'm going to treat this like a business, and I'm going to run it like a business. And a lot of people didn't like that, and a lot of people didn't like the fact that he came out in public and was like, I'm going to do this by losing games intentionally. I'm not going to win games. I'm going to get better draft picks. I'm going to sell assets that are valuable for people down the line. And I'm going to line this team to win in my timeline. And no friends made, but again, you're seeing the results. And if they didn't have the second worst training staff in the league, this would be one of the most entertaining teams to watch.
Do you think Hinkie gets signed anywhere else?
As soon as his non-compete
competition.
Yeah. Non-compete ends, he's going to get signed.
All right, we'll see where it ends up. Maybe the Kings will end up picking him up for Vlade Divac. But yeah, I look at the 76ers and it's worrisome the trend that they're going down. Not because of Ben Simmons getting injured.
But as soon as the next season starts, I'm excited to watch them. I got to see it play now.
I'm excited and I want to see them play and I want to see them succeed. But I do have some worry about what that kind of vision and motto is for the Philadelphia 76ers. But that's going to wrap up this super long podcast, Dave. We without Ricky, we were super efficient and just went through topic after topic. We're just kidding. We miss Ricky, but we did go super long. Dave, thank you for joining me. Super fun to do this for you.
Thank you.
Ricky, we hope you feel better. We hope you see you soon. And we also got to thank everybody watching at home. Thank you so much for watching us on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you download us on Blog Talk Radio, thank you so much. Don't forget to check out Behind the Pen. Ricky and Mike
Rankin.
Mike talked about the Bulls. He used to say I'm on the Primetime Podcast all the time. Fuck Rankin. They talked about the Bulls. Also, don't forget to check out the roundtable I did. That was on the Drive and Dish podcast with a ton of guys from Blog Talk Radio. We talked about the midseason recap for the NBA. It was absolutely fun. So, again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for downloading us on Blog Talk Radio, and have a great day, everybody. Thank you. Oh, shit. It's just one of our videos scared me a little bit. Don't forget to check out that one. And also don't forget to check out patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast. But thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.